Rattle, and Troll is brought to you by Bill Luke Dodge Chrysler Jeep. Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman and tournament pro, Don McDowell.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm Don McDowell. Welcome to the Sunday edition of Shake, Rattle, and Troll. In the house with us, as always, our voice of moderation and reason.
Good morning, Don.
JK.
Great day today, by the way. A shout-out to the matriarch of the Kulazar clan. My mom turns 83 today.
Nice. That would be the Queen Gypsy?
The Queen Gypsy, yes.
Special guest, and we're honored to have Kim Carter, General Manager of Bill Luke Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Yep, I-17 in West Camelback Road since when? 19 what?
20, come on. Oh, you got it right.
Wow.
And you've been there since 1932, right?
I was born in an ash.
In the back of the lot.
Oh.
Woohoo! Rumor has it. And Don Ortiz from the Dean of Preston Band has escaped Hungary and Romania.
You never escape.
That's right.
He's just been indoctrinated now. You don't escape.
That's right. I get a new degree when I go over there.
How bad were the gypsies over there when you were playing?
It was really cool. Actually, we got to play for a Romanian gypsy school. And we had 500 students there that really had a great time with our concert.
Back up.
It's a gypsy school.
A school?
Yeah.
Teach them how to handle chickens and children.
Yeah, it's an actual school.
They teach them to pickpocket, steal chickens.
Do blacktopping on.
Come on, Jim, help me out.
Sing songs, minstrels. Yeah. It's nothing like that.
Time to go
actually,
home.
it helps the less unfortunate, so they're not so gypsified. Takes them, educates them, gets them skills, jobs, puts them in society, and it works really well. I'll tell you, it was really something to see it in action. Be walked around through the schools and see how these kids do, where they come from, and where they go. It's definitely uplifting.
How's the political, social, military unrest over there?
That's sort of like the gateway. So it's sort of
you're on the border.
Yeah, you're on the border, and anything can change in an instant. And being there so many times, it is like that. They're on guard constantly, and you feel it. Not in the cities like Budapest and those areas, but once you get close to those areas, you can see the difference big time. You start seeing the patrols, you start seeing the gatekeepers, all that kind of stuff. Exactly. Yeah. And they don't mess around over there at all.
Hungarians generally don't.
No. But they make great wine. It's called Bull's Blood.
Yep.
And the story is that they actually saw these guys with their blood on the mustaches and thought they were crazy. They're like, these guys are drinking bull's blood. They're insane. And it was just that their wine is mixed with 6 different kinds of grapes. So it's very hearty and red. And you can't find it any place on the planet. But it's delicious.
Must be a reason.
Yeah.
There's a shortage of those 6 kinds of grapes. It's good stuff.
Exactly.
All righty, well, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk a little bit about the 16th annual Bill Luke Bass Days coming up around the corner, March 14th, 15th, and 16th at Pleasant Harbor RV Resort and Marina.
Is that out by Lake Pleasant?
It is.
It's close.
You need to get out more. We'll have roll call at 7:56 today, and we're going to share a little clip with you that did not hit the mainstream drive-by media that you need to know about. And 8:05, we have Gerald Kimsey from Catalina Marine out of Tucson. They have the Phoenix boat line. And then, as always, the Rim Country Fishing Report at about 8:30 with James Guggenauer and Downtown Payson. But Kim, thanks for coming down. Always a pleasure to have you here, and looking forward to the 16th annual Bill Luke Bass Days.
Yes, I am. I'm really overwhelmed with what's going on right now. It's coming in so fast, and so many people are joining the thing for families and the Bass Days for families, and it's almost it's hard to believe. I just can't even come up with the words to.
It's come a long way from a fishing derby.
Yeah.
Clear to the largest family festival in the Southwest. I mean, there are just tons of stuff going on this year.
I mean, when you can bring your family out, and with this year we have 5 rides, carnival rides, and you can bring your families out and have your kids go on rides and do all the things that we have there, face painting and on and on and on, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's pretty neat. The $6 or whatever they charge to get through the gate, and I don't even know what that is today, but that's the only charge. Once you're inside, those kids can ride those rides as many times as they want.
What do you mean the kids? I'm looking at it. I want to ride the Tornado.
Yeah,
that's a fun puppy right there.
Yeah,
yeah. There's rides for the adults too, but the Ferris wheel last year that was pretty amazing. It was the first year we had something like that out there, and the Ferris wheel. I don't remember a time it wasn't full and running. I just,
pretty amazing.
All the way through.
It was always full, even when we were playing our
this
show.
Year, this Ferris wheel is twice as big as the one we had last year.
That's beautiful.
Some of this stuff is big boy stuff here, and
big boys.
They are they're ready to go and join, and we've already gotten somewhere in the vicinity of, I think it's about 45 concessions, 45 vendors of different types of things for women, makeup, things of that sort.
We have Tupperware.
Yeah, we got Tupperware.
Candles.
Yeah. You know what? You laugh all you want to. You look in your fishing stuff, you look in your boat, you look in your hunting bag, and in your truck. You know how much Tupperware's in there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And how much trouble you get in when the little woman goes, "Where's my bowl?"
How true.
Excuse me? That's my camel carrier.
Yeah.
This year you can come out and buy your little woman some Tupperware out there.
Tupperware, absolutely.
Yes. And so it just goes on. We have a large tent. It's open to the grass this year. So everybody will be involved. We don't have a wall on the side that faces the stage. So you'll be involved with everything that's going on, from the cornhole contests. Don, you can't laugh about that.
Yeah, I'm doing my absolute best.
Those serious guys, you do not want to mess with guys that show up with emblazoned T-shirts, team unity, and they practice for hours, and they can score 21 points in 7 tosses.
That's right.
That's right. It's amazing. I saw a guy even curve one in. I couldn't believe it.
That's sick.
Was he a lefty?
Okay, now is Eddie Corona and President Unmock teaming up this year?
I sponsored them last year, and they were doing fine for the first round until the beers got the better of them. And then it was everything out the window. They got
Cornhole
shut
is
out.
not like bowling.
No,
the more beer you drink, the better you do not get.
No.
No.
And they're living proof.
Well, plus, where can you go enjoy a place with your family? Think about that, and go on endless rides.
Oh, I wrote about that last
when's
year.
the last time you've been to the state fair? Something like that would just run you in the hundreds easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
So, that's really cool that you could do that. And like Kim said, $6 at the door, and then you can go on endless rides. You're there all day long.
Yeah, I don't know what the gate is this year. I think it's.
I really don't.
You have to pay for parking to get in the park, but starting right at the gate, we have a Bell Jet Ranger helicopter coming down from our Sedona Tours Red Rock helicopters.
Nice.
I wonder if he'll play cornhole for a free ride. They did last year, and that's how I got my helicopter ride.
Okay, well, that's up to you and
negotiations. Yeah.
And we've got a backup helicopter, an MD-600, which is a 7th place. If it gets too busy, we've got another bird coming in.
And then,
that's good.
Hey, Don, you want to tell them the one toy we have coming for you and I?
The one with the bullets?
The one that has the large shells?
You're going to love this. We have a 1943 M18 Hellcat tank destroyer, fully functional. It runs very well, and the weapon system's hot. Now, what I've done for Kim, and I actually signed his name on the paper. I've been practicing that. It was pretty. We're having a logistics meeting. We get all finished, and we'll talk about the weigh-in, some of the stuff we're doing for the anglers. Pretty cool this year. And I said, but it would be nice at 4:00 when we start the afternoon awards, is to put a 76 millimeter round in the air. Kim thought it was a great idea. Everybody went, "Oh yeah, that's." Till we thought about it. I still think it's a great idea. I think Mr. Carter backed me up, But then the manager of the park's going, we really have a lot of elderly people, pets, dogs. And Chad out there, he goes, I've heard that round. It'll bounce off this mountain for 20 minutes. I'm thinking, well, what?
What happened? Well,
It would add new meaning to a fire start.
I guess the only thing I can say about that is we just won't fire it at 6 o'clock in the morning. It'll have to be in the afternoon.
Oh, no.
When everybody's awake.
When the band comes on.
I wonder what's worse, the sonic boom or that?
Oh, trust me, that 76 millimeter, it'll rock the house.
It does
Oh,
rock.
Don, I'll leave that to you. What, can you get a jet to come over and do a sonic run so we can shoot and find out?
I don't know if I'm on that good a basis with the general out at Air Force have generals.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I thought they had golf team captains. Anyway, hey, I'm Bob McDowell here with
JK.
and
Kim Carter.
Don Ortiz.
Hey, we'll be back in just a minute. We're going to do some business for our sponsors. Thank Bill Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. We'll be right back. Dancing music for the JK. All righty, hey, we're back. Kim Carter, GM from Bill Chrysler Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, is here with us. Don Ortiz, love the fedora, nice hat.
Thank you very much.
And Special K over here. All right, Kim, let's start talking about all the fun stuff at Billick Bass Days. This thing started out as a fishing derby. We still have that, but there's just so much more. So this year, we have something we haven't ever done before. We have a pre-owned boat show.
Ooh.
We've dedicated, this makes sense.
It makes a
we
lot
don't
of sense.
have we've lost the Phoenix big boat show, but there's a lot of used boats out there for sale, and we're making some space available. $25, you can bring your boat out. You can't buy an ad for $25. Put it out there, and in front of 15,000 people.
You figure
Let's
there's
make a deal.
something like 760 slips out there.
Something like that.
That's a lot of boats.
Yeah, and the nice part about this boat show is the fact that, or actually to go sell your boat, I should say, is the fact that, you have a customer come to your house to buy a boat from you that you're selling used. You got to get in the truck. You got to put the boat on the truck. You got to take the truck to Lake Pleasant or somewhere close. And then launch it, and because the guy's not going to buy it unless he gets to drive it.
Absolutely.
Okay? So the bottom line is here, you've got 3 days, and the launch is a block away.
Just think you could buy the boat, enter the tournament, win.
Yes, you could.
I mean, there's a lot of cool elements there when you think about that.
A lot of stuff. This year we're handing out over $50,000 in cold cash. Does Don Luke know about this yet?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He threatens to take it out of my pay every time. Every time he reads this brochure.
Over $50,000 in cash prizes to the anglers, and the way that's coming down, as always, on the bass side of life, we have 6 hourly weigh-ins. Each weigh-in pays first place $300, and then $100 second through 10th place. Biggest bass of the overall is $10,000 in cash, and the second big bass, depending on, and we'll talk about this. There's registration books at the dealership and Sportsman's Warehouse. If you sign the book, only if you sign and the guy last year didn't sign the book.
Yeah,
that cost him $2,000.
Wow.
There's bonus cash available from the Sportsman's Warehouse and Bill Luke dealerships. So when you register, be sure to sign those books at the dealership and Sportsman. If you sign just one, that doesn't count. You have to sign both books. You're eligible for the cash. And then we're getting down into some of the options. We have a big bass option. That pays $1,000 a day. And Kim's come up with a T-shirt bonus which is pretty fun.
You know, you've got so many prizes. I feel like it's a Keno sign-in. You know, you got 6 times forward, and I'll do the trifecta on the third. Yeah.
And at 3 o'clock, I'll play the cornhole.
Yeah.
You know, when you get the brochure, there's somewhere in here, like, not on his, but there is one. There's a little square. Oh, here it is on the inside here. What do they call these things here? These
flyer.
Those are flyers.
No, you guys. I'm going home. The
I want to
barcode type
barcode.
thing. Yeah.
I'm a construction guy.
But when you do that barcode thing that's in here, you can to keep you from having to drive your boat all the way back to the weigh-in just to see what's going on every hour, so you can see whether you should turn your fish in or not. You just go on the phone, and it's live what's been weighed in.
There's going to be a lot of lost smartphones that weekend.
Leaderboard phone app.
Yep. So
talk about saving a lot of time.
Well, we thought it would be good for saving gas, and
gas
definitely. Is important. We do everything that we can, Don and I both, to try and make this as cheap as we can for the contestants and their families, and that's the whole point. And Don, one of the things that I'd like you to do today that we haven't done in a long time when we've had a radio station or radio talk is, can you go through the sponsors? You know, people may not realize that these sponsors is what makes all the rides free. These sponsors make all the money that we give out happen. And so it's pretty important that we mention them once in a while.
Absolutely. You know, again, this year we have a major presenting sponsor, Pennzoil. And I can't emphasize enough that it's not just oil, it's Pennzoil. And we've got a little something coming for you and them, and to reinforce that. Moving in Ram's a big one this year. We've got the Ram
big deal.
Ride and Drive, Motor Trend's back-to-back champion, Truck of the Year for 2013 and 14. Yes, John, you can sign up and drive a Ram
real truck.
1500.
Yeah. And you might win a 50-inch TV. Everybody that takes a ride in one of the trucks has a chance to win a 50-inch TV.
I'm showing up early.
Yeah. Moving down the line, we have Sportsman's Warehouse, IDS, Arizona Parts, Arizona Paints and Supply. You guys do a lot of business with them at the dealership and the body shop.
Yes.
Arizona Boating and Water Sports. Of course, this wouldn't be possible without Pleasant Harbor RV Resort and Marina. And guys,
God, what a partner!
Something's different this year. The marina has been taken over by the folks at Maricopa Water District that own the RV resort. So we don't have the issues that we've had in the past with the old regime not liking
and
anglers.
The weigh-in is at their boat dock.
Right at the restaurant in the, can I say bar?
Yeah.
Restaurant and
they
bar.
Have one.
There's and you know that bar now,
you just can't drink while you fish.
You can't. But let's see, moving on, we have a new relationship with AZ Family, Channel 3 TV. Crown Crescent Distributing, in conjunction with the Arizona Deer Association, is putting on the beer garden. We have Coors Light, Miller High Life, Red's Apple Ale, and Keystone. The Wild Horse Inn. Alliance Lumber's kicked in on the cornhole. And we have a cap on cornhole teams this year. Do you know how many?
300.
Wow.
300?
300 times 2.
That's some serious.
That's a lot of beer.
Let's see. We have Lookout Mountain Outdoors. Precision Heavy Hauling does an outstanding job.
What a great bunch of guys.
They're hauling the tank. They do a good job. City of Peoria, Arizona Game and Fish Department, Anthem RV, RV Rentals, Desert Golf Cars, not golf carts, Gun Protect, Daiichi Hooks, SKS Transportation, the Matazell Casino, first year, Fast Track Design. City of Peoria has been awesome this year, so more on that after we come back from the break. But I really want to get on the fishing side of this. We've got a lot of cool stuff. Hey, I'm Don McDowell with
Don Ortiz,
Tim Carter,
Gypsy John.
Gypsy John. I like
John, I like that. New handle.
that. Yeah, buddy. Oh, you're stuck.
Oh, man, you called it.
We've been calling it a Special K for a reason. You can only guess.
Talking about his brand new mission. Liked his plans, but they came undone when it got around to God and guns.
Yeah, all righty. Hey, we're back. You know, we're talking about Bill Luke Bass Days, the 16th annual, March 14th, 15th, 16th at Pleasant Harbor RV Resort and Marina. A couple more things, and I'll get off of it. You know, we've got some really good partners. Ram and Pennzoil have been involved. Sportsman's Warehouse, and a special shout out to Arizona Game and Fish Department. They go out of their way bringing out boating safety we need to know about. Kenny Dinkwell's got a new guy by the name of Josh is bringing out the OGT trailer, Operation Game Thief. And Kim, I don't know if you know it or not, but all the stuff in there, they have captured that from captured poachers, arrested poachers.
Really?
Yeah. That's where all that stuff comes from.
They have some cool
recognize two of those particular mounts because I did a little write-up for them. This is about 6 years ago with a couple out of Sholo who claimed that they had a bull elk tag in Montana, and they shot this enormous 6x6 bull. It scores like 380, and they claimed that it was shot in Montana, and they were looking at the photos, and the way they convicted them was the vegetation was not from Montana. It was not indigenous to Montana.
Bam.
And they knew it was Arizona, and they convicted them off of that.
Wow.
I would think you could.
Plus a mule deer out of 3A, 3C that scored 212 in velvet.
Good grief.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yep.
A lot of good stuff. Check that out. Some of the other things they're doing, they're bringing out sport fishing education. They have a little thing for the kids called Backyard Bass. Teach the kids how to use a little Zebco 33 or whatever it is.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
You did well like last year.
Yep.
Aquatic invasive species, big deal in my life. Big deal if you have a water bill. You're seeing that. Some of the results of the quagga mussels on your power and water bill, so you can educate yourself on that. But anyway, they do a really good job out there, so I really want to thank them. And then the following week they have the Game and Fish Expo.
What about the National Guard? What you got up on that?
National Guard is coming out. We have the rock wall. We have pedal cars. Stay out of the pedal cars this year. We have camel face painting for the kids. They'll get their faces all painted up in green and brown and green. And then what's really cool, being a parent, it's even better being a grandparent because you can give that to your kids and go, here, put that in your pocket, take it home. Nice. Paint the cat, paint the dog, do the refrigerator.
Everything now painted.
Yeah, I'm loving that. And this year we're having the pedal car hot dog race. That's where we establish a track so they can run these pedal cars. And I think this year, since Wally and Rick Dollar Show are going to be there, we need to figure out how to put a motor on one of the pedal cars. But 5 horsepower Briggs and Stratton, they have them up at Harbor Freight.
Yeah,
they're 149. I've already figured this out. Anyway, we'll put a string across there, tie these mustard smothered hot dogs on the string. The kids get in the cars, they race around the track. They have to stop without using their hands, take a bite of the hot dog.
Yeah. That's good fun.
One that takes the biggest bite wins. And this year, we have safety goggles. We had an incident last year that was
mustard in the eye.
Absolutely
bad day at the office.
The kid was crying. I thought, man,
we lost an eye.
Yeah, we got a train wreck, and what's the matter? Oh, where's my dad? Dad comes up. He goes, Bobby, what's the matter? He goes, I got slapped in the face with a wiener. So we're having safety glasses.
There you go.
It's all good. It's all good. We're going to put this Army tank. What we're doing, Kim, is centering the Army tank where we had the Apache last year, and around that we're going to build an area with some of the fellows from Arizona Military Vehicles Collectors Club are bringing out equipment. We have 5 tons. We have the do's and halves. We have Jeeps. We have Ural motorcycles with sidecars and fully functional 50 caliber machine guns.
Ooh, fully
all
functional.
boils back down to boom, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Now we take that to Avery.
We have a little wrap corral. You can see wrapped trucks, boats, stuff like that. And then we get into the rest of the fishing. On the bass side, you're fishing for $10,000, a check for $10,000. Now, if you're that guy, you already have won $300 for that fish. You will have won either $1,000 or $2,000, depending on what day it is, for that fish, for big fish of the day. And the big bass option, that's another $1,000. And then Kim's going to hand you a check for $10,000.
Man. And just think of all those boats that'll be for sale out there.
Yeah.
Dude.
A pre-owned boat.
Yeah. Okay.
Win it and buy a boat. Yeah, man, that sounds good.
Okay, we've got the striper option like we had last year. And this year we've added the Arizona Catfish Conservation Association channel catfish derbies on Friday and Saturday during the day. And then at nighttime, Saturday night, they're going for the big flatheads.
Oh, man.
We're expecting to see 50, 60, maybe a 75-pound flathead catfish from these guys.
What's the biggest that's been caught out there?
I've heard rumors of 73, 74 from Flathead Ed.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, you can't be out there in a small boat with that. Pull you right
Sure
over,
you
man.
can. It's just go for a ride.
Go for a ride.
No, that's one of those things where you catch the fish, you put it inside, and then you get a ticket for too many people in a boat.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nice, overweight. Yeah, we've got that going on. We have bow fishing for carp from the Arizona Bow Fishing Group. And here's the significance of that. That's all fun stuff, but the carp that we pull out of the lake and the stripers that we pull out of the lake are donated to Adobe Mountain Wildlife Rehab Center. They chop it up, freeze it, and help defer their lack of annual food budget. What's their food budget?
They have a total budget for the whole entity of $35,000 a year.
Okay, so
That's
Wow.
it.
we're
That's
trying
That's
to
a
give
lot
them
of wildlife they take care of.
I like
Yeah.
to see at least 1,000 pounds. You know, these carp guys, they're weighing in their top 10 fish. Lot of carp.
That's a lot of carp.
And the way this weather's sorting out right now, well, looks like we're going to have an early bass spawn.
Do you think?
The carp are spawn. I do. I talked to the weatherman.
I went in last night. I was up in Show Low. I said, "You guys are having a great summer." And it was 72 degrees in Show Low. They're having their winter festival next weekend up in the White Mountains. Dog sled races. I'm going, okay, how are you guys going to do that on Volcano Rock?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Have to put tires on them.
Ouch.
I would love to see a dog
Yeah,
sled
dog
with
guy.
wheels. Oh, come on.
They do.
Huh?
They practice.
They have to. There's no way. There's no snow. There's nothing up there. It's bone dry. It was 72 degrees in downtown Show Low at 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. Great
Perfect
summer.
weather.
Yeah.
Man. Alrighty, having said that, we're going to stand down, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the fishing at Bill Luke Bass Days, March 14th, 15th, 16th, Pleasant Harbor RV Resort and Marina. We'll be right back. All right, you know, we do roll call every week, and we have to honor one soldier this week, but some of the stuff that's going on over there, I wanted to share that with you. That was not good news. 65 known terrorists responsible for over 35 U.S. and coalition troop deaths have been turned loose. I kind of wonder where the U.S. envoy is in all of this, and our lack of diplomacy and hard line. We're supposed to have a partnership with this government, the Afghani government. And we've had a lot of trouble over there with the Afghan police turning on American soldiers and shooting them and planting bombs and everything else. So it's going to be interesting to see how this sorts out. As of yet, I've not heard anything out of the White House or the Pentagon. Unnamed sources within the military hierarchy are pissed. They're going to come for these guys again. So, having said that, Kim, we're really blessed to have the Arizona National Guard out there. On another note, Brian Wakeling's son, and I don't know if you've been keeping track of this, Seth Wakeling, we have an invitation for Seth to come out and join us.
Good.
Yeah, boy. He's got his new left leg and foot, learning how to swim, ride a bicycle, run fast and jump high, doing really well. And we also have Heroes on the Water. John, the new Arizona chapter is going to be there, and what they do is they put injured soldiers that are being rehabbed into kayaks.
Oh, yeah.
No stress. If they want a fishing rod, they get a fishing rod. If they just want
Do you know how much stress there is just staying upright in a kayak?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That, for me, is the hardest thing in the world, because I've done the round and round deal.
Oh, that's no fun.
No.
No. Rule 1, do not stand up in the boat.
Ever.
You can't stand up in a kayak.
There's no way.
They do. But anyway, we're going to have those boys out there. They will be supported by Sergeant First Class Andy Gettle from the 285th out of the Arizona National Guard and ArmyAnglers.com. So there's a symbiotic relationship there. But with all the soldiers that we have coming out, past, present, and obviously a lot of future soldiers, we're going to honor those guys, and a lot of good stuff going on. I appreciate all the stuff that you do. You guys get paid for doing what you do, but a thank you goes a long ways.
There's a lot easier gigs than what you do.
Yeah, it's not, people don't understand when you go to the front lines that you actually do take on live fire. We go in with a small platoon of about 40. That's our protecting force that goes in. We're all wearing bulletproof vests, helmets.
That is a myth.
Yeah. It is.
I think Dina looks hot in the helmet.
Yeah, I've got film at 11. But, it is, we don't really get paid that much. It's really an honorarium, a per diem, basically.
So you get travel, MREs, and some water.
Exactly. So, it's us giving our time, and that's why I stress it's so important for us to give back. We've been fortunate enough to have a 20-year contract with the DoD, Department of Defense, and the Pentagon and the U.S. embassies, and it's an honor for us to go over there and perform for them.
How many countries have you played in before?
40 countries, wow. 21 world tours. Started back, we were the very first band to go and play in Desert Storm 1, then continued to Desert Storm 2, Bosnia. Then we started visiting Afghanistan areas. Then we started doing the U.S. Embassy tours when bin Laden started bombing the embassies. They started sending our band to close embassies that were in those dangered areas. So we got to go to Mozambique, Africa, perform for the president there. So you guys are kind
of like the last act of defiance.
Yeah. We bring that last hurrah for them. Because, we have people with machine guns standing all around us. We have snipers around us. People are there to take us out. And people don't realize that when you're playing music with bulletproof vest on,
it gets a little warm.
It gets warm, exactly. And you're in an endangered area. And especially like those convoys that we do.
Ooh, man.
You can only go 50 miles an hour. And anybody that's been in the military understands what the convoy's about. Having your Gatling guns in front of you, and then, you cannot stop, and you can't leave your windows down. A little kick can easily bring a grenade into your window.
Drop it in.
So it's, nobody's friendly to you out in those areas. So, I know what it's like for those guys every single day.
Yeah.
Our band understands it, and that's why we keep on going and being supportive for them.
All righty, we're going to honor this particular soldier. We only have one this week, thank God. Army Private First Class Joshua A. Gray. died February 10th, 2014, serving during Operation Enduring Freedom. 21 years old, of Van Leer, Kentucky, was assigned to Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion of the 10th Mountain Division, Fort Drum, New York. He died in Bagram, Afghanistan, and again, I don't know what this means, in a non-combat related incident. Whatever it is, it's a price of freedom this week. Stop it and think about it just a little bit. We've lost over 2,000 soldiers in Afghanistan thus far, and over 25,000 wounded. I'm Don McDowell. That's the price of freedom. Give it a thought.
Come on, the pros. Shake, Rattle, and Troll is brought to you by Bill Luke Dodge Chrysler Jeep. Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman and tournament pro, Don McDowell.
Hey, man, welcome to the second hour of Shake, Rattle, and Troll. I'm still Don McDowell.
I'm still JK.
And?
I'm Mickey Mouse.
Hey, Vicky.
Did you get some type of a gypsy certificate?
No, it's funny you asked that, but you can definitely check it out on our website.
I'm damn serious.
No, actually, we do get some nice certificates when we're over there from the U.S. Embassy and whatnot. But
well, I've noticed our operations manager, when you came in, he said, "Watch your wallet." I'm just saying. All right, hey guys, we got to tighten it up.
Ouch.
It is, man.
That was good.
JK's around. Women, children, chickens, they're not safe.
Those two-steppers safe with him.
All right. Hey, we've got Gerald Kimsey from Catalina Marine joining us from downtown Tucson. And we're going to talk about, bass boats, the Phoenix boats. Gerald, how are you, buddy?
I'm good this morning. How are you, Don?
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun talking about 16th Annual Bill Luke Bass Days, March 15th, 16th, and
14, 15, 16.
14, 15, 16. Yeah, that's
It's
what
moving.
it is. It's going to be a long weekend.
I'm telling you, we're getting tired. We haven't got there yet.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and we hope you're able to drag one of the new Phoenix hot rods up there. I know you've got them out at ISE this next weekend. Tell us all the stuff you're doing with Phoenix boats, if you would.
Well, we got this is our first show, and I guess the first show in Arizona. They're telling me like in 5 years of this size anyway. So with Catalina Marina, we got the Phoenix boat. Also have Skeeter and G3s. I will add, but there's going to be a lot of boats out there, I guess. So it'll be a good opportunity for people to look them over and compare them with everything else that's out there. So we're really looking forward to that.
What's the top of the Phoenix line now? Which model?
Okay, the 921 is the top, which is a 21.5-foot boat, and they make boats from 18.6, which is the 618, all the way to that 21.5. And the thing about the Phoenix, even the 18.6 is the same quality, as the 21.5-foot. The quality, the workmanship, the material is the same throughout them, just a little different options and a little different size. But I think the 18.6 is probably the best 18.6 boat out there, period. But that's
quite frankly, I think that's one of the best bass boats on the water today. I had the opportunity to go back to the factory, see how they actually build the boats, and then we went to their Lake X to drive a couple of, at that time they were messing around with the 721s. We had a 250 horse Mercury and big Evinrude on the back of them. And, man, the stuff that those bolts do, especially with the way that hull's designed with the turning chines on the bottom, it's just remarkable.
Yeah, the handle of them is just incredible. I mean, the turn, the way they turn, the way they handle, the way they run the rough water. It's just the boat will stay on plane at like 19 miles an hour or something. It's just a pretty amazing boat, and I've been very, very pleased with it, and really haven't heard anything bad about it.
Do you know offhand how many Phoenix boats will be competing in the Classic?
I'm not real sure offhand. I know there's getting more and more of them. I think they got about 8 guys, I think, on the elites. But I'm not sure how many of them are in it or how many of them will be there.
Is there any truth to the rumor that the 921 has been outlawed in California because the naval aviators try to land on the deck?
Well, it could be.
I don't know.
That, but it might be good for the break dancers out there or something when they catch a big one or something. There's plenty of room for that, for sure.
Okay, down at your dealership, when you come in to buy a Phoenix boat, what motor packages do you have available for them?
Okay, we offer Yamaha and Mercury at Catalina.
Okay.
Which is two of the factory packs that they bring. I mean, we're also a Honda dealer, but they're not hooked up with Phoenix to put a Honda. But I mean, anything can be done. We can get any Honda motor, but the basic packages from Phoenix is a Mercury or a Yamaha that we handle.
Well, for the guys
we sold them both ways.
Okay, for the guys who don't know where you are, how do they get in touch with you down in Tucson to test drive a new Phoenix bass boat?
Well, they can go through the Phoenix website, and we'll get and they can actually just go to the dealer. They got a brand new, really nice website. Their website before was a little weak, but they've really fixed it up. And there's a dealer link there you can go to with all of our information. Phone number is 520-825-8022, I believe.
Okay.
I didn't get the number down.
We'll get
they can call me at 520-507-1064 and come see us at the show.
Absolutely. We'll get a link up on that, Gerald. Congratulations on picking up that boat line. That's just, again, personal opinion, having driven them. Man, that's an awesome bass boat.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty incredible.
And if your time allows, I know you guys are really, really screaming. Join us at Bill Luke Bass Days, March 14th, 15th, 16th, and you can stay till the 17th if you'd like. We can set you up and do a ride and drive there, like we're doing with the Ram trucks.
Okay, all right. I talked to Rob, who owns Catalina, yesterday as we were getting ready for all of this, and he is very open to that and wanting to go. So we should be there.
Okay. Well, we'll talk next week after your ISE's over. So check it out. Okay. Hey, Gerald, you have a great day. Thanks for playing along with us today on the phone. Look forward to having you in the studio.
All righty. We'll get that done someday.
All right. One more time, what's your phone number?
It's 520-507-1064.
All right. There you have it, guys. Gerald Kimsey, Catalina Marina, downtown Tucson on the Phoenix boats. Awesome bass boat, John. Scary the way those things handle. All right, let's get back to Bass Days. Kim, one of the things that we've done this year is we've made space available. Conservation and fishing and hunting and all these things kind of go together. And conservation is a direct result of recreation. So John and I belong to a couple different groups, but what we've done is we've made space available for the outdoor groups to come out, solicit membership, educate the public on what they do, how they do it, why they do it, and what the net results are. The ADA is out there in a couple of different functions. They're handling the beer garden for us. You'll have a booth. All-Star Bass Tournaments is coming in. Arizona Catfish Conservation Association, the Arizona Bass Nation, Goodyear Bass will be there. Rumor has it, Unmock is coming out representing boycotting barbershops, and the Arizona Sportsman for Wildlife Conservation Group, Outdoor Experience for All, Southwest Fur Harvesters, Scott Corcoran, and
will he be back?
He's back. He's back on the 28th. The game is over.
Okay.
Of February. The Bass Federation on the FLW side is coming out, so we've got a good representation of some of the major groups, and then again, Heroes on the Water, ArmyBassAnglers.com, and really looking forward to seeing all these guys. So, having said that, we're going to stand down, take a little bit of a break, do some business for our sponsors, thank them. I'm Don McDowell with
JK,
Tim Carter,
and Don Ortiz,
Certified Gypsy. Watch your
Can you sing that name next time?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody'd like to have a whole I got. I can cool them down. They're smoldering.
bad day of fishing beats a good day of anything else.
Yeah, man, boy, that's about the truth. Alrighty, you know, some of the other things we're doing out at the 16th annual Bill Luke Family Fun Festival, let's call it that for a little bit. We have a food court. We have Piggly's at the fair.
Piggly's, man.
Yeah.
Pulled pork.
Barbecue.
Pulled pork, pulled chicken, pulled beef.
Yeah. I'll be pulling up to the table.
Yeah, buddy. Yep,
Drumsticks.
We've been out there, tried it, and man, boy, that's some good stuff. We have a couple other miscellaneous vendors out there for stuff. We have snow cones, shaved ice. Just think about that.
With syrup all over it.
Shaved ice. And donuts.
Oh, the little teeny donuts?
Yeah, Mighty Mo donuts.
Those things
I'm telling
excellent.
you, people,
Yeah.
you have never eaten a donut until you eat one of them.
Isn't that the
You know,
truth?
And then you don't eat just one. This is a true, you eat one, you got to eat them all.
You know, we had an episode with the
Well said.
Arizona National Guard last year. How many donuts did they consume?
I don't know. They probably wiped her out for
Thousands of donuts.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. And then we have cotton candy and what would be the only other thing we need is jerky. We have jerky.
Cotton candy for the kids is always cool because then everything's sticky for the whole weekend for the parents.
Isn't that the truth?
Well,
Yeah.
you know, Don, the best thing you can do is you go there and you get yourself a pulled pork barbecue sandwich, and you get yourself a nice Coke, a cola, or something to drink, and then you wander through all the car clubs and just look at all the car clubs.
I'm glad you brought that up. Good lead in. Good lead in.
Was that good?
Yeah, perfect.
That's perfect segue.
You've done this before.
Well, this is going to start off with the Mopar Car Club, which encompasses everything in the Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge family, going back to what's the earliest one they have? Do you recall?
Oh, gosh, no. I think they started them somewhere in the 40s, early 40s, before the Second World War.
They've got some cool stuff.
They may have been back in 32. I don't know.
And then we have
I wasn't born.
a Jeep and Rock Crawler Club coming out. We have a 3,000, I might be off a couple of hundred horsepower on this, but I believe it's a 3,000 horsepower jacked up Hummer from Silent Coat. It's going to be on display.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, this thing just...
3,000?
Yeah, rumor has that the wheels, just because of the horsepower, had to be special built. Because when he got on the gas pedal a little bit too hard,
Slip.
ripped the beads right off the tires. So,
Oh, yeah.
they're...
Well, Don, we may, we're an AVE dealer at Bill Luke. And so we may bring out a vehicle. Did you catch the Brute when you were walking in and out of the showroom the other day?
Is that big guy?
That's a 4-door Wrangler made with a pickup bed.
I have not seen that.
Oh, that's cool.
It is really cool. And it's all lifted and everything. And if I can talk my GSM into letting me take it, I'll...
Oh, yeah, had a chance.
Well, maybe if we bring him on the radio show on the 6th.
Okay.
Then we'll just
Oh, boy.
we'll hold him down to it there. And bring it out. But we will be bringing an AEV out.
Now, is that
Some
a standard production truck or a...
No, that's special made, but it goes right from the factory to this company, and then this company converts it and then sends it to us. But it is awesome. 4 doors, and it's got a bed. And I'm telling you, it is trick looking.
That sounds
And
cool.
it's raised.
What'd they do to the wheelbase?
The wheelbase is... I didn't read that part, but it looked like to me in the picture of showing where the wheelbase was, it goes out about 6 inches, I think.
That's scary.
No, that's an awesome machine. I could take my whole hunting party out in that.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
You
I
can
look forward to seeing it.
Oh, it's neat.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is really neat.
And on top of this Hummer, Silent Coat's bringing out a 2008 carbon fiber. I'm going to repeat that again. A carbon fiber Dodge Charger.
Really? I'm used to my arrows.
It's insured for $450,000.
Wow. Don, do you realize that we've been talking on to about an hour and a half now, right? And we haven't repeated one item at Bass Days yet.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right.
We have all makes classic cars and hot rods coming out also. And the Arizona Viper Club bringing about a dozen little hot rods out.
Man, this is going to be a hellacious weekend.
It's going to be busy.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be busy. And then, of course, Friday night we have the Gypsy Band.
Who is that? Who is that?
I'll be your tambourine
Dina
boy.
Preston.
Yeah, the Dina Preston Band. That'll be a lot of fun. By the way, don't forget to like us on Facebook and say hello to us on our website, DinaPrestonBand.com. Also, anybody that's out there listening today, if you go and like us on Facebook this morning, I will send you our new song, I Can't Wait, as free to give it to you.
You can't wait to send it? Or
That's right.
Can you
I can't
sing
wait.
a little verse of that?
Yeah, sure. Can we get a little bit of that on the radio? Is that possible? Is that possible here?
No, it's not possible.
No, just
but
start-
why don't you sing it?
Just sing it.
You don't need anybody else.
I can't wait to see you again. That's how I feel about it too. It's been number one on the Reverb charts for over 20 weeks.
Right.
Since we left for our Budapest tour.
Help me out. What in the world is a Reverb chart?
Reverb Nation is a very big institution for musicians across the world. It's global. So to be included on that's really nice. It's not like a local channel or anything like that. So to be able to be number one like that, it's really
Is that like
done
a rehab institution for musicians or what? I'm serious. I don't know. You see, an institution to John and I that has a different meaning.
Very bad connotations for us.
Yes, it would be. Being that most of the groups, I mean, you'll see all your big stars are on Reverb Nation. It's nothing new. It's just that it enables you. It helps you sell your material basically to a global market without having to purchase the global market.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's really cool. So we have found just in this month we've had over 9,000 hits just on our site on Reverb Nation. So it's really a global thing. So if you could, check out the Dina Preston Band on Reverb Nation or Facebook or our website. We have links that take you there, and you purchase the songs, and half of our song sales goes to Music for Good, which goes to children that need instruments in school.
Very nice.
And there's a little bit of it for you. So crank it up. Listen to it.
No, what is it? An institution?
How's that for a segue?
Yeah.
Well
Good
done.
stuff. Do you have a menu of what type of stuff you're going to start off and end up with?
It's really interesting you say that because people always say, so what's your band? How do you, know what you're going to play? We never know what we were going to play. We haven't used a set list in over 20 years. And it's reading the crowd. And so we'll be playing, of course, your favorite country songs, our tunes, some of your sing-alongs. Maybe we can even get Kim to come up there and play some violin with us.
That won't happen.
That'd be really nice.
Now we're going to get him a tambourine.
All right.
Well, tambourine.
We can get him to sing some Shake, Rattle, and Troll with us then.
All righty. Hey, on that note, we're going to stand down. When we come back, the Rim Country Fishing Report from Brother James Kugenhauer, Master Rod Builder from Rim Country Custom Rods. I'm Don McDowell.
JK.
Kim Carter.
Don Ortiz.
In an institution. Think about that.
You can kiss my big old bass, kiss my bass.
All righty, that can only mean one thing. Time for James Kugenhauer with the Rim Country Fishing Report. What's happening?
Hey, good morning, Don. How you doing, sir?
We're having a lot of fun talking about the 16th annual Bill Luke Bass Days coming up, Jim, March 14th, 15th, and 16th at Lake Pleasant.
Yep, I've been listening through the Shake, Rattle, and Troll website online, And I like the comment that I think it was Kim said earlier that you haven't repeated anything. Let me add one more thing. This is a great family event. I mean, there are things for the youngest kids to the oldest adults at the Bill Bass Days.
Well, I appreciate that. A lot of stuff going on. Are you going to be coming down and perhaps selling some of your wares?
Absolutely. We'll be talking this week a little bit more on that, but we're making plans for that as we talk.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Okay. Before we get going with the fishing report, we have some of our Arizona anglers in the Classic. What do you know about that?
Well, I mean, you've set the stage for this when you had all those anglers in the studio there a couple of weeks ago. But Clifford Perch, John Murray, Josh Bertrand, and Dean Rojos are all they're probably pre-fishing this morning at Lake Guntersville in Birmingham, Alabama. And all these guys are fishing for the Bassmaster Classic, and everybody who fishes knows that's the granddaddy of all bass fishing tournaments.
Boy, yeah.
We're all pulling for the Arizona guys. Be nice to see 4 of the top 10 spots taken up by Arizona guys.
You know, that's not out of the question.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, these guys all fish. They have all fished there before, but I've always said that it's harder to fish our impounds out west, and when you go back east, those guys have an advantage. So it's going to be fun to see how well they perform there.
Well, out of the 4 that we have you got a favorite?
Well, because Clifford's the hometown boy, I'm a little biased there.
You think?
I mean, these guys, well, I can say that all professional bass fishermen, especially at the level of these guys, are just awesome people to be around. But I've met and talked with all 4 of the Arizona anglers, and all great guys. I'd love to see any one of them win this thing.
Well, it was kind of fun having John Murray in here talking with John and Clifford, and Josh being the freshman, let's say. I think Josh has got a long way to go. Clifford, you're going to love this, Kim. Clifford and John Murray are mentoring him.
Oh,
and sometimes it's painful.
Yes.
The psychological warfare that goes on pre and post tournament.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Clifford's making bait, and he's letting stuff out of the bag, and Murray looks at me and goes, why am I just hearing about this? So it's all good. So back to you, Jim.
Yeah, okay. Hey, fishing on Lake Roosevelt improved this past week, and fishing was called fair to good. That's the first time in a couple of weeks we've had a good report. Now, the stable weather that we had this past week absolutely played a big part. Nice sunny days and calm winds. And also we're going through a full moon phase right now. So all of those things are getting the bass active. They're starting to think about pre-spawn. And for the first time this year, anglers are fishing with more traditional pre-spawn baits. Things like spinner baits and buzz baits were reported to be used this week. And also, once again, every spring we hear this soft plastic 5-inch swim bait that you could just burn across the water was working very well. So the fish are definitely starting to move into that spawning stage on Roosevelt, and it's time to start looking into clear water to see if you can see any of them.
I would expect, within 2 weeks, you're going to see these big girls starting to lock on.
Well, you bring up a good point there, Don, because traditionally the larger bass are the ones that spawn first. They go first and they get the best spots. So you're right. We'll see some bigger fish there. It should be in another 3 weeks. It ought to be great fishing there, unless we get more fronts. As most anglers know that, when these fronts start rolling in one after another in the spring, that'll push the fish back a little bit deeper. But each time one of those fronts comes through, there is less of an impact from the weather. ultimately the bass are going to spawn no matter what the weather is. But, if it stays calm like it is, I'm saying that we're going to have an early spawn here at Roosevelt.
What kind of water temperatures are you seeing on the Mother Lake?
Yeah, 50 to 55 degrees. And, we talked last week a little bit about, when you get into that range of the 55 degrees,
yep,
that's when things start to kick off in the lakes. And so, we're there, and every day that the sun shines is going to promote that spawning activity to begin. The lake is at 48% full. However, the salt and the tonneau, the flows into the lake, are down and falling pretty dramatically. Yesterday morning, the Salt River was flowing at 36% of its normal rate for this time of year.
Wow.
And for all intensive purposes, the Tonneau Creek is not flowing. So what that does is it makes everything really stable. There's no wind. The water is just like glass up there. So it's going to heat up. It's going to heat up for sure.
Anybody talking about drop shotting or dragging Carolina rigs around?
Yes, we still have guys that are fishing both of those, a jig and a Carolina rig. And in deeper water, some guys are still out fishing 40 feet because there definitely are fish there. And the drop shot technique, once again, it seems like after things start to heat up, the fish start to move into shallow water. So the drop shot in 25 feet of water, one guy mentioned two different areas to try drop shotting. One was Methodist Cove, which is right across from the Choya ramp. And the other is Cottonwood Cove, which is down near the marina.
What about the north end of Sally Mae?
Didn't get any reports on Sally Mae, but you're right. I mean, if you think of the way it's shaped there on the north end, that would pattern those two coves. So I sure wouldn't be surprised that would be a good spot too.
Mm-hmm. How about crappie? Anything on the crappie, guys?
Still slow on crappie. Talked to Kurt Rambo, took a couple of guys out this week, and he said that they got about 7 or 8. That that's 4 hours of fishing, and typically in 4 hours of fishing, Kurt Rambo will catch 50 crappie.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty down on there. Before we leave the bass, so I want to say that another report that I got was jerkbaits. We talked about in the spring, as the spawn starts to heat up, a lot of those bigger fish like to feed heavily before the spawn, and jerkbaits are always a good indicator that that's happening. And once again, we had reports that jerkbaits were working.
James, I thought we had a deal not to talk about jerkbaits, especially in the white or the white ice color.
Yeah, I wouldn't use anything in a white, and I'll add that in.
Especially with a 5/0 EGW. Okay.
There you go.
Heavy wire.
There you go. Hey, the other thing is that up on the rim, some of the roads and the lakes are starting to open up, and each week on the Arizona Game and Fish website, they have an update on the status of those. It's also on the Shake, Rattle, and Troll website. There's an area that shows what the condition of the lakes are and the condition of the roads, whether they're open or closed. Now, it's variable this time of year because a little bit of snow can change things in a hurry. But for you guys that like to go up on the rim, it's time to start getting your fishing rods out, your fly rods, and start checking them out, because in another month, you guys are going to be good to go.
Good report. What else is happening? Anything worth mentioning? Any recent Bigfoot sightings out of the Oxbow Saloon?
No Bigfoot sightings, but I tell you what's getting a lot of calls up here. 2 guys called me this week to ask about the Bill Luke Bass Days.
Great.
Guys in Payson participate in that. They're looking forward to go down there again and win some of that money. As you know, there were several guys from Payson that brought money home last year. So
yeah, man.
All motivated.
Hey, we got to go. Have a blessed rest of Sunday and a good week. I'll talk to you next week, and we'll look forward to seeing Rim Country rods in the exhibitor's booth. I'm Don McDowell. That was James Guggenauer. We're going to flip into a break, come back, and get this thing wrapped up.
The midnight ride on the
That's a little sampling of the Dean and Preston Band. Apparently, Donnie, you have been practicing.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Nice job. Kim, we need to touch a little bit on some of the things that we're offering our visitors and participants. We have some dry camping spots on campus.
Yeah, they're getting eaten up about 2 a day, so it's not going to be long, and they're not going to be there. And I understand the lake itself is already sold out. But
the lake is done.
Yeah, they're sold. And that's dry camping and everything. So we have the only dry camping left, and we probably got I think there's about maybe 35 more spots.
Are you kidding? The whole lake is sold out for camping?
Over on the Pleasant Harbor RV Resort side.
It's sold out.
Game's over.
Really?
Yep.
You can't get in there.
You would never think that, huh?
No.
Bam. Early. Let's discuss a little bit what we have in store. You know, we try to make this as convenient and as economical for the anglers as we can. Now we're doing weigh-in at Pleasant Harbor Marina.
Right.
It would be over on the north side, right by their main ramp. We have the same spot as we had last year, but they've been gracious enough to open up. I would say probably 10 or 11 boat links.
Yes.
They're putting cleats so you can come in, tie up. And from what I understand, there's going to be boxed lunches already pre-made available.
That's
if you
correct.
want to get a burger.
Oh, that's cool.
Burger and go. Yeah.
Did you say something about the barcode thing too? That
Right. Everybody needs to use the barcode that's on the entry form, or you can go online, of course, to Bass Days, and you'll have the link there as well. And you get that link onto your iPhone and your phone, and then it'll give you minute by minute updates of exactly what's being weighed in. So if you're clear at the other end of the lake, you don't have to drive all the way back
to find out
what's going on.
That's brilliant. That's really brilliant.
Worked out really well last
That'll
year.
save a lot of gas.
A lot of gas.
It does. Yeah.
By the way,
we went green.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
way.
boy.
it's a scan code. It's not a barcode.
Right, a scan code. Thank you very much.
Finally came up with it.
Ta-da.
Da-da.
There's 4 of us in here. We couldn't come up with that earlier.
Yeah,
Manny, Mo, and
We're all
Jack.
real bright. Yeah, we're real bright up here.
That's why we have a whiz kid called Luke.
Well, that brings me to my statement then. That is a great lead-in to tell you that you need kind of a new gig. You need like a 4:00 in the afternoon gig so we can all sleep in.
Nice.
There's a concept. Look, they're cheering in the control room.
Yeah, he in the control room's cheering.
Yeah, everybody's cheering.
He's
you,
always,
people.
he's always
Wave.
good for a revolt. Okay.
Prime time.
All right.
The owner of the station, I hope you're listening.
You know, Kim,
If you are, he's probably off the radio now.
unfortunately, what happens at the dealership
Stays
doesn't
at the
usually
dealership.
stay at the dealership. What happens at SRT, doesn't stay at SRT. You know, he needs to be cautious.
Very.
Because I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning to start the generators while he's sleeping.
You could
that's a
start a
good
generator next to his.
I have this guard,
Oh,
and he carries a gun.
He's bribable. I've seen him. All I need to do is offer him chickens. He's good.
It's all good stuff. Listen, I want to invite everybody out. Bring the families. We have Dina Preston Band playing on Friday night. We have Muggy On playing on Saturday night. We have a 15-year-old up-and-coming country singer, Ashley Weiland's going to be singing and playing songs.
Yeah, we actually
Sunday
had her.
afternoon.
Yeah, we were actually the first band to ever have her on stage with us.
Really? Where?
Her parents run one of the PetSmarts. They had a huge event out there and had our band playing, and this gal said, "Hey, could you let my daughter sing with you guys on stage?" I said, "Absolutely." So that was her very first on-stage performance with a band.
Wow.
And it started the whole barrage of things that she's doing now, which is really great. They saw our video Field of Blue, and she has a song called Red, White, and Blue that's doing really well on video as well. Very talented songwriter, and I think you guys will enjoy it, especially for those families who are coming out and staying out on Sunday. great way to spend the day.
Well, we have a cornhole family tournament on Sunday.
Well, there you go.
You know, those terms are oxymorons. Cornhole family tournament.
Yeah. Absolutely. But, you know, the
We'll
great
be
thing,
moving to four
you're
wheels soon.
talking about 3 great days of entertainment out there. You know, you got 3 great days of entertainment out there. You got the Dina Preston Band on Friday, Mogi on Saturday, and Ashley on Sunday in the afternoon. That'll be a lot of fun out there.
Good music.
Yeah, she's at
Absolutely.
I believe she's at 1 o'clock.
At 1
1
o'clock.
o'clock. Yep. 1,300 hours. Yeah, it's
Don't
all
go
good.
military on me again.
Kim, what have we missed? I mean, we got so much stuff going on.
I've been looking through this thing trying to figure out whether we've missed anything or not, and I'm sure we have, because there's just Business Link might be out there. We've got from Chrysler or Dodge, actually Ram, Business Link, and they'll be bringing out all their big vans and their 2500s or 3500s, 5500s, and 4500s. And they'll be all dialed up for anybody that's in the construction business or some business like that.
Hold on, let me clarify that. I see a
Yeah,
deer in the head.
4,500?
Those are trucks, John.
Oh, okay.
Man trucks.
Hoorah. Oh, yeah, there's the rip. I see it. Okay.
And so they may be out there and likely will be. And so other than that, it's just a ball of fun. I mean, you go from the rides to the clubs to the concerts, and you just great food,
fishing for a lot of cash,
fishing for a lot of cash. They're throwing cornhole for a lot of cash.
And I learned so much when I'm out there. I mean, you have so many great people, like Don was saying, with different anglers, different rods. I mean, I've learned so much at each one of these events that we've been a part of, just walking around.
We're going to have catfish, how to catch a catfish without using Oscar Mayer wieners. They're doing, the full blood, and this is religion with these guys. They're going to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, on how to catch the big flatheads and what have you.
Hey, do catfish like pulled pork from Piggly's at the fair?
Who doesn't?
Now, there's a thought.
The fish will go wild.
I'm serious. I mean, we know they love Oscar Mayer.
God love you. Next time you have a thought, turn it loose.
Okay.
I'm just saying. The cart boat fishing guys are going to do a little bit of a seminar out there. We've got Ron Stalling from Daiichi Hooks going to be talking about hooks. Gun Protect, they've got a new product. If you have a firearm, you need to have some of this. Good stuff. Yeah.
Between rides, all that stuff that's going on, how can you not be bored? I mean, where can you do this in the Valley for $6?
That's exactly right.
Think about that.
All righty, hey, we're going to get this thing wrapped up. Check out BillLoopFastDays.com for registration, sign up, sign the books at the dealership at I-17 in West Camelback Road, Sportsman's Warehouse, Phoenix, and Mesa. Or for more information, you can go to the ShakeRattleAndTroll.com website. JK, the voice of moderation and reason, and something about a moral compass.
Yes.
I don't want to know that.
No, you don't need to go there.
Mr. Carter, thank you for coming down.
Thank you.
It's been a good deal. Donnie?
It's always a pleasure. Don't forget to visit us, DinaPrestonBand.com, or say hello to us on Facebook. We'll give you that free song this morning.
Yeah. Take your kids fishing, hug your bass boat. Guys, think about this. Freedom's not free. I'm Don McDowell, and we are out of here.